I don't really want friends, I ain't shaking no hands cause these niggas be cool with the op. You fucking the plan and put two in your top. Grab the 762 cause the Ruger is hot. With a big booty bitch when I cruise in the drop. She give me head to the league like it's not. Still selling black in an off-white jacket. Never had lights, but I still told the rag. Thought granny in the kitchen when I'm cooking up cat. Dante at the door with the FN plan. Baby O with the police, fuck nigga ghost. How you family going picking out the cash. My little bitch from A-List, she do nails and lashes. Mixed with Creole, she do spells and magic. Foot on a pillar, I'm grinding, I'm mashing. Walk in the bank like a model of fashion. All the blue hunters I got, I've been counting so low, my finger got blueprint. 2016 coupe beers with the blue tint. 3.5 backwood for the blue mint. Extend on my clip, leave a fuck nigga rip. 250 a line, that's 100 a seal. 100 rounds in the chopper, I'm shooting like Will. Fold a nigga up like a quilt. We smoking jealousy, that shit 300 to zip. Championship ring blingin', that's a trophy. Ice on my neck, man, my shirt look soaky. I just spent 1,600 at Oak. I can never let an op turn into a Zop pack. I just met a thought need to drop where the ops accidentally shot a cop trying to learn how to FN cock back. These niggas cap, socks hat. Yeah. They run their mouth like a podcast. That's why my business I never broadcast. On the block we checking niggas all pass. Killers creeping out of tall grass. All black Alexander McQueen, I'm a king. These niggas acting just making the scene. I got my best game from a fiend. I shoot with great aim like a Robocop. Glock 9 bang like a monoblock. Pulled up 8 plane in the soda pop. 20 in the bank and I got more in stock. Went to Silent Meeting, dropped the 40 watt. 10 for the bracelet, it's a prom set. Killers come and kill you while you having phone sex. Nike dunks, I got a long I don't really want friends, I ain't shaking no hands cause these niggas be cool with the op. You fucking the plan and put two in your top. Grab the 762 cause the Ruger is hot. With a big booty bitch when I cruise in the drop. She give me head to the league like it's not. Still selling black in an off-white jacket. Never had lights, but I still told the rag. Thought granny in the kitchen when I'm cooking up cat. Dante at the door with the FN plan. Baby O with the police, fuck nigga ghost. How you family going picking out the cash. My little bitch from A-List, she do nails and lashes. Mixed with Creole, she do spells and magic. Foot on a pillar, I'm grinding, I'm mashing. Walk in the bank like a model of fashion.
Man, good morning, world. Man, what's up with y'all, man? What's up, man? Everybody goddamn in the clouds and in the bushes with your boy right now. Man, I ain't finna do shit but give y'all a little YSL update. We're gonna check out this situation with Freddie Gibbs and like his most notable adversary. He got his ass whooped in Buffalo. Um on another note, just have a moment of silence, for the little incident that happened in Buffalo with the mass shooter. Um, every year we go through something like this, man, and shit just get crazier, you know, by the years of the times and shit. And man, it just, just call for prayer, especially when people pinpoint, maliciously folks to, try to take out and shit, man. Kind of go back to the Childish Gambino song "This Is America." Just the way that whole video and that song just formatted. Every time something like this go on, that's something a nigga think about. Man, what's up, Red, bro? What's up, CW? But man, we got some more YSL breaking news, with their artist Lil Yak. Young Thug, other legal problems that he may have and shit. Be the first clip. And some I noticed everybody been talking about on their panels and shit is going back to like sector news or whatever. Just a topic that'll be on a later date, like who controls your panel when you the panel holder. And is your op a op of mine? That's a topic that's gonna be up for discussion in later days, man. Just a lot of weird shit I see going on, and you know, like I said, this will be a panel for Everybody except for maybe one person to come over and congregate, hash out their shit. Long as you're not being 10 times disrespectful towards the dead and talking about people kids. I don't give a damn you talk about their parenting skills, but y'all can go hard as y'all want to, just not that 10 time. Don't need that 10 time, man. Oh shit. I ate it up this shit. But check this out, man. This a bin spent by spinning this bin of witty apparatus and shit, man. I wanna say that, yeah, that's that first man.
Uh-huh. What's up, man? Who we got in the house today, y'all? What's cracking? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's cracking, man? You know we about to get it in today, man. What's cracking? Y'all, what up? What up, everybody, man? Who we got in the house? All right, make sure as you come in here, make sure you hit that like button. We got a couple things to discuss, man. We really got like 3 topics, to be real with you, man, that we going to gloss over. And we ain't even going to gloss over them. We going to get to them. You know what I'm saying? But everybody do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button as you get in here, and we about to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So who we got in here so far, man? We got who we got, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What up, 818? The Valley tapping in. What's up, YF and Lucci? This is wild, man. So, you know, we all combing through the indictment, looking at all the charges and things like that. And so many things keep being brought to light, man. What up, Broward County, Florida? I see you. Savannah, Georgia, I see you. Florida, Duval County, I see you. Straight from the deck, I'm thinking that's Decatur. What's up? Where things are greater. But man, so many things are being brought to light, man, as you go through the indictment. I've been reading through this thing, man, you know, and it's crazy because Yak Gotti, and we're gonna talk about this, man. Yak Gotti, according to the indictment, and according to everything that's out there, allegedly was one of the people responsible in the shooting death of YFN Lucci's homeboy Nut, the one he dedicated that whole mixtape to. Yeah, we going there today. Yeah.
Damn, that is crazy as a bitch, man. That's wild.
We going there. Yeah, it's going there. What up, Atlanta? What up? 404 in the building. I see you, 716. Zone 3 in the building. I see you, Zone 3. Fort Lauderdale, what's up? 336, what's up? What up? Y'all do me a favor, man. As y'all get in here, make sure y'all hit that like button. It's very important. We should have 200 likes right now. Make sure you hit that like button right now, man. Everybody, stop what you're doing before we get it cracking and make sure you hit that like button. You feel me? But yeah, man, we're going to talk about this Yak Gotti situation. And for those of you who don't know, Yak Gotti is an artist that's signed to YSL, man. And I'm going to get into that after we get the shout outs done. We get through the intro and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's going. You know what I'm saying? Crazy story. Then we're going to talk about Young Thug and his lawyer situation. What up, 404? What up? I hit that like button because we lacking. We're 704. What's up? The 203 Bridgeport, Connecticut. I see Nat Ave. I see you. I see what up. Okay. All right, man. So let's get to it, man. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all shout out y'all cities in the chat. What up, Memphis? I can never leave out Memphis, man. What up, Boston? I can't leave out Boston either, man. DC is accused of being one of the participants, one of his most famous songs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? With Dove being a part of you. Let's go. Okay, so today we got a couple things we want to discuss, man. We're going to talk about this Yak Gotti situation and the charges against him. Now, allegedly, he's being accused of being a part of the people who shot and killed YFN Lucci's homeboy, Nut. Now, Nut is the subject of he's like the main focus of one of YFN Lucci's mixtapes. He dedicated a whole mixtape to him, you know what I mean? One of his most famous songs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? With Bigger Rankin. It's like, man, it's one of his best songs ever, if you ask me. He talks about Nut, man. And this is the guy who was allegedly shot and killed and Yak Gotti is accused of being one of the participants in the shooting, man, as listed in the indictment. Then we're going to talk about Young Thug and his lawyer situation. So obviously there's been a lot of motions and legal filings, right? Now there's rumor out there that Young Thug's lawyer has been asked to be a witness. Now this would hurt Young Thug's case and show that there's some big things at play.
That's crazy.
Because Young Thug's lawyer is listed as a super lawyer. He's listed as one of the best, or I'll even quote it, the top rated defense criminal attorney in Atlanta. And I'm going to play the video. His name is Brian Still. And I'm going to play the video of him saying that he going all out for Young Thug in this situation. He believes he's innocent, and he believes this is a crazy situation with this Rico indictment. Now, there's a lot of legal professionals who echo those sentiments. And we'll get to that when we get to the portion of this live, right? Then we're going to clean up some things about the Lil Keith situation. Rest in peace. And we also going to talk about this TMZ interview with Joe Moses. Now, Joe Moses is a West Coast rap artist. You know what I'm saying? He come from you already know what he's about. And he went to speak about it. You know, as a street dude a dude who was in the streets heavy, he wanted to speak about this whole YSL Rico case, man. So, you know, before we get to everything, man, let's do this. Let me do a couple more shout outs. What up, Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Memphis in here. I see Ocala, Florida. I see the 323. All right, well, let's keep it official like a ref with a whistle, man. We're about to get straight to it, man. So let's do this thing and bring this intro in. You know how we get it. Hey, what's up? This your boy, Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to start off by talking about this Yak Gotti situation. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm going to pull up a picture of him right now, Yak Gotti is one of the artists signed to YSL, man. And he got a lot of street cred as far as Atlanta is concerned, man. Yak Gotti gets a lot of love out there. A lot of people rock with Yak Gotti. But he's done some things in the past as far as, you know, YFN Lucci and that whole situation that caught a lot of media attention. Like there was a situation not even back in the day. It was last year where he was, I even did a video about it, where he was standing on YFN Lucci's Maybach drop top car, man. I mean, something you would really get to the fisticuffs about. You know what I'm saying? You would really have to take it there about. He did a picture about that. But that statement might have been a little bit deeper than people had anticipated or thought about it, right? Because Yak Gotti is being accused of being one of the participants in the shooting death of YFN Lucci's homeboy Nut. Yeah, this is crazy. And this is straight out of the indictment, man. So let's actually go to the indictment and some of the papers or some of the things in the indictment that talks about Yak Gotti. So let's check this out. And actually, let's bring up this right here, man. And there we go. All right. So this right here, and just so you guys know I ain't friend, man, let's bring up his count so we can relate things to, so that you know the names that relate as well. So let's do this. So this is Yak Gotti getting mentioned in the indictment, right? Where they listed all the names on like the first or the second page. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have seen this through social media. And
I know they said they had like, 29 people? Man, I wouldn't be surprised if more people name on their list, though. They just not naming. And then I remember, man, a couple live back, yeah, they had the papers, man. And you know, they ain't even had a people name or scratched out of them motherfuckers and shit. That shit just wild, though. Even how, you know, motherfucker paperwork just come out, you know, on the internet and shit.
What's going around, right? And you see his name is DeMonte Kendrick, a.k.a. Yak Gotti, and you see the counts against him. Count 1 is just a RICO count, being involved in a RICO. Count 2 is being involved in a murder, is a murder charge. All right? So That is his name, and that's his alias, Yak Gotti. And you see the counts that are levied against him in this indictment, right? Now, according to the stories out there, according to the charges here and the indictment that was released by, the local news there in Atlanta, this is the charges against Yak Gotti. So I want you guys to see this right here, man. And I want you guys to make sure that you can, hopefully you guys can all see that. If you can't, and it needs to be a little bit bigger for you in order for you to read it, let me know. But I want you guys to make sure when I go to this. All right, looks like we good. All right, so you see here, listed the date. You see that date, January 10th, 2015. Defendants Javarius Bradford, Justin Combs, Diamante Kendrick, a.k.a. Yak Gotti, Demise McCullen, and Shannon Stillwell, associates of YSL, did unlawfully with malice aforethought commit the felony offense of murder. So that's the count, and that's the murder, basically saying that they committed the offense of murder, which is serious. I'm sorry, you either get life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put the other into the atmosphere, but you know what I'm saying. Now it continues by saying, by causing the death of Donovan Thomas Jr., a human being, by shooting Donovan Thomas Jr. with a firearm in violation of Georgia law pursuant to this OCGA 16-5-1, which is an act of racketeering activity under OCGA 16-14.3, 5A4, an overt act in the furtherance of a conspiracy. So saying that they were in the furtherance of a conspiracy, in the furtherance of a RICO case, this murder was committed in January of 2015. And that goes to show how far back all these things go, right? Now, Yak Gotti is also being mentioned in the indictment in this section right here. So let's talk about this.
Crazy shit is, I think on the first video, when I first started covering this shit, I kind of talked about this shit already. But I mean, shit, it's like, oh shit, they just throwing the brain back up. So that's why the shit just wild, man.
So in this section right here, it goes on to spell it out in plain English. It says, and grand jurors aforesaid, in the name and behalf of citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Javarius Bradford, a.k.a. Tuda, Justin Combs, a.k.a. Doo-Wop, Demonte Kendrick, a.k.a. Yak Gotti, and Demise McCullen, a.k.a. Nard, and Shannon Stillwell, a.k.a. Shannon Jackson, a.k.a. SB, with the offense of murder for the said accused in the county of Fulton and state of Georgia on the 10th of January 2015, did unlawfully and with malice aforethought cause the death of Donovan Thomas Jr., a human being, by shooting him with a firearm contrary to the laws of the said state, the good order and peace and dignity thereof. So basically listing it out in legal jargon. I said it was in plain English, but really that's legal jargon, that all those people are accused of taking part in the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. Now, what's crazy is Donovan Thomas Jr., and let me bring up his picture right here. And this is straight from a news article. Donovan Thomas Jr. is allegedly one of YFN Lucci's homeboys. You know what I'm saying? And his street name is Nut, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? They're saying his name is Nut. Now, Nut has been mentioned in a lot of YFN Lucci's songs. Nut has been mentioned in a lot of YFN Lucci's mixtapes. This is one of the mainstays in what he does. Oh, man, y'all wildin'. Yo, everybody, stop what you're doing right now and make sure you hit that like button. We should be at 1,000 likes right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, stop what you're doing, hit that like button, but I'm going to continue to rock out. So let's go. So Donovan Thomas Jr., has been, he's been one of those people that have been heavily scrutinized in social media by the opposite side. When I say the opposite side, we'll say allegedly YSL, right? So him being named in this indictment and his shooting death being named in this indictment almost comes as no surprise. You know what I mean? And the way that YFN Lucci has said to go hard in the streets or whatever, or been a part of a lot of things to make sure that they got carried out, allegedly, right? When you think about the fact that this is one of his ride or die homeboys or one of his close affiliates or associates, it all starts to make sense. The picture starts to become clear when you start to factor in all of these things. Now, let's actually go back to 2015 and when this shooting took place. And let me go ahead and bring up the actual video of the shooting, man. So let's look at this. I want you guys to check this out. I should say, not of the shooting, excuse me, of the aftermath of the shooting.
A very heavy police presence. Jessica.
As you can see behind me, there is still quite the active scene here in Southwest Atlanta. McDaniel Street is still closed, and it has been for more than 3 hours. That's because there are shell casings up and down the street. Now, I'm told one of the men who was shot, a man in his mid-20s, is in critical condition.
Now, in that short clip, you basically heard the news lady say that, that was the area where somebody got shot, and it was 3 people in total that got shot in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And one of those people allegedly being Donald Thomas, or excuse me, one of those people being named as Donald Thomas Jr. Now, at the time, they didn't know if he was going to survive his injuries or not, right? But in the next part of this news story, and I want you guys to check this before we go into the actual story. It was revealed that, he was taken off to the hospital, and there was a whole standoff type of deal where the people couldn't even go into their residence and all that. So let's check that out for you guys to see. And my bad for neglecting the chat, but y'all don't neglect that like button. Make sure y'all run them likes up. We should be well over 1,500 likes. So let's play this, though.
But that his status could change for the worse overnight.
It appears that they were the intended target, but again, not sure the reason of the shooting.
Atlanta police are investigating why 2 men in their mid-20s and a 14-year-old boy were shot outside of a barber shop in Southwest Atlanta Saturday night.
Right now, it doesn't appear that they had anything connection to the business. They were just kind of hanging out, is what we hear.
Investigators say it appears to have been a drive-by shooting, and according to several witnesses we spoke with, an automatic weapon was used.
Heard like a semi-automatic or something.
Okay, so as you heard in that news story there, it was basically, there was a shooting. They were trying to figure out what went down, and they weren't sure or not if Donovan Thomas Jr. was going to survive the situation. And it was really a hectic scene. Like that video, that news story was taken immediately after the shooting took place. And you heard one of the ladies at the end, hopefully, that you heard there, where she said she thought they had like a semi-automatic. But in the news story, it was said that it might have been more than that. And it might have been more shooters than one. Now, in a story that came out from the Heavy, they said this about Donovan Thomas Jr., who's the guy who's being named in this alleged, in this indictment, the Rico indictment against YSL. It says Donovan Thomas Jr., murder victim in Young Thug indictment. And here's some facts that you need to know. Donovan Thomas Jr. was murdered in Atlanta 2015. That's where those news clips came from. I got those from 2015 news story. He was named in a Young Thug indictment, which was filed in the rapper's arrest history. WSBVT reporter had reported, right? Now, Young Thug and Gunna were charged along with 26 other people in a 56-count indictment. And the 28 people who are now facing charges are members and associates of Young Slime Life, or YSL. Seaton wrote. Now, Seaton is the guy who broke this news story. Now, he wrote on Twitter that he was reviewing the 88-page indictment and said that Young Thug is facing charges of participation in street gang activity, conspiring to violate the RICO Act, and Gunna is facing 1 count of conspiring to violate the RICO Act. Now, in quotes, it says the indictment includes charges of conspiring to violate the RICO Act, murder, armed robbery, participation in criminal street gang activity, and so on and so forth, right? Now, Thomas was shot to death outside of an Atlanta barbershop in 2015. Now, at that time, it was looking like, they didn't have any suspects and they didn't know who was connected to it. Now, at this time, I don't know, it was in 2015, but Yak Gotti, who's allegedly supposed to have had a part in this shooting, right, recently got arrested with the rest of the folks in the RICO. So I'm not sure if they knew at the time that Yak Gotti might be involved.
Okay, if this happened around 2015, this might be the reason why Thug and Rich Homie Quan kind of separated, because Lucha was signed on Think It's a Game. If I ain't mistaken. Yeah, he was signed on Think It's a Game. Rich Homie was too. But I think that Rich Gang Lifestyle album came out like 2014, some shit. So I think 2015 was kind of when them boys had went through they little rap or whatever. So it makes sense why Rich Homie kind of separated himself from Thug. Shit wild though.
Or is allegedly involved, and then they waited until they built this case. But that's a long time to sit on a murder, so I don't know. It just seems like they might have just lumped this in there together with it, or they either sat on it. I'm trying to figure that out myself, because that is a long time, 7 years to sit on a murder, even though there's no statute of limitation on murder in pretty much, I believe, every state, right? But that's wild, man. Maybe they were just trying to build the bigger case, because they already knew that they were coming after YSL since 2012, right? Now, Thomas was fatally shot outside of a barbershop, and at the time, he was 26 years old. Even though he looks a lot older in that picture, he's 26, right?
If y'all can remember, now this shit probably be loud. If y'all can remember, I brought up 2012 too. I was talking about with Travis Porter, they had a little part over there, some shit had hell. I want to say the tall black ass nigga that's in Travis Porter. I want to say shit. He had got shot, if I ain't mistaken. But shit, that was kind of the beginning of this shit, honestly. Cause all them young niggas really were around, well, we got about the same age group. But all them around that time, only 3 studio motherfuckers used to go to over there bit. For the young niggas in Atlanta was like Gucci shit, Street Execs, Think It's a Gang had their own studio. And it was another one. Nigga from over here used to be over at that bitch though. Big Fruit. He kind of used to produce a lot of Travis Porter and them first 2 albums and shit. That shit crazy as fuck though.
The article said that another man in his 20s and somebody else, they got shot as well with them. Now, a witness to the shooting had told the news that they saw 3 men lying on the ground, and one of those men being Donovan Thomas. Now, Young Thug is accused of renting a car that was used in this same exact murder. Now, the indictment includes charges of conspiring to violate the RICO Act, and it also was said that Young Thug's participation in this situation was that of renting a rental car, like an Infiniti Q sedan. He's accused of renting a 2014 Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hertz that was used in the murder of Thomas. So Young Thug is implicated in buying a rental car in order for this hit to be carried out. And this.
Why is this such a common? It's like a common go-to like necessity to do when it's like the biggest paper trail is spinning. You getting a damn rental car. This shit wild, man.
This being YFN Lucci's main man, you can see where there was always that beef. Like most people in hip hop, and I've watched a lot of videos about this, they didn't even realize they was beefing. Like I did a video about it like 2 years ago, I want to say. And that was the first time people was really clued into people like that they had a situation like YFN Lucci and Young Thug, even though they were pretty vocal about it. I'm gonna keep it real, you know what I mean? Now the indictment names Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, as one of the founders of YSL and whatnot, right? Now, Thomas was shot multiple times and died at a nearby hospital. So they're talking about how he was shot multiple times. He was taken to Grady Hospital, where he ended up passing away. Now, Thomas's obituary said in celebration of his life was held for him at a local Baptist church. But the big story about this is YSL artist Yak Gotti allegedly being involved, man, which came out of nowhere. You know, I mean, it didn't come out of nowhere. It came out of the indictment. But that's wild when you think about it, you know what I mean? But when you think about it again, there was a lot of signs maybe leading up to this. So let's talk about it. Let's bring down, okay, take down that verse, and let's actually. So Yak Gotti, right? Yak Gotti is also mentioned in the indictment in this post right here, right? And we're going to get to another picture. You guys are going to get the bigger picture of all this in a second. Now, Yak Gotti is listed as defendant DeMonte Kendrick, an associate of YSL, did post for a photo released on social media holding a red-colored hat with a photo of a rat crossed out with the caption, YSL, no rats allowed, an overt act in furtherance of a conspiracy. So that's just another part of, you know, him being in the case. So let's leave that alone, man. And let's actually bring up this right here. I don't know if you guys remember this. Now, I'm going to take you guys back to when his gravesite, and if you look at the gravesite closely, it says Donovan Thomas Jr., a.k.a. Nut, on the gravesite, right? Allegedly, or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, this was a post that was going around and made its rounds on social media over a year ago. It says someone went to YFN Lucci homie's Nut grave site and painted slat on it. Now, we know that slat is a well-known saying from Young Thug and their group. You know what I'm saying? They use it a lot. They say it a lot. Young Thug says it a lot in music. And that was the grave site that was defaced. You know what I'm saying? Horrible. You know, I'm not promoting this or saying this was a good thing at all. I'm just talking about this in context of the story, right? So that was the grave site that was actually defaced. And you have slat written on it. Then, not too long after that, you have this take place. My bad. Here it goes. Yak Gotti. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this picture, but YFN Lucci had even said on social media that he saw YSL members, and Yak Gotti specifically, in the mall. I'm not sure if they were at Lenox Mall, Perimeter, or wherever they was at, but he saw them in the mall, and they didn't say anything to him. But Yak Gotti saw him and went to social media and posted this picture. Now, this was around the same time as this. You know what I mean? This picture right here. You know what I mean? And you see Yak Gotti standing on YFN Lucci's Maybach. That's enough to get these hands right. You know, anyways, you know, this is just me speaking personally. But standing on his Maybach. Now, also, in the caption of this post, you might see that Yak Gotti, and hopefully you guys can see this. He said, Maniac, which was a mixtape that he put out, for Yak Gotti had put out. And then you see he has the finger with the 650 slap. You know what I'm saying? Now, we already know 650 is YFN Lucci had a 650 mixtape. He used the 650 a lot, right? He had a 650 mixtape and all that. And Yak Gotti is obviously disrespecting. Come on, dog. He's standing on his Maybach. You know what I'm saying? While it's in the parking lot of the mall. You know what I mean? Now, in YFN Lucci's defense, just so he doesn't go out looking like, you know, like he's a chump or something like that. I wouldn't judge him like that anyway. Because like I said, I don't be into all that. But it basically said, you know, he basically came out and made a post that said, dude, you see me in the mall and you ain't do nothing. And you went to my car and stood on my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of stuff is that? Like, what part of the game is that? You're going to see me in the mall, not address me, not do nothing, but go outside and stand on my car, which is wild, man. It's a wild move. What up, y'all? My bad, neglecting the chat. Yo, we should be at over 1,500 likes, man. What's cracking? Or at least 2,000 likes. So everybody, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button if you ain't here right now. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. We should be pushing way past the number that we at, but it's all good, man. Let's keep it moving. So with that, and after seeing him stand on that car, and when you factor in the fact that he's been listed as somebody in the indictment that took part in that brutal shoot or that shooting that took place in 2015. And for those of you who are showing up late, let's actually play that news story again from 2015. And this is Nut, aka Donovan Thomas Jr., aka also known as YFN Lucci's homeboy, and the scene right after the shooting.
A very heavy police presence. Jessica.
As you can see behind me, there is still quite the active scene here in Southwest Atlanta. McDaniel Street is still closed, and it has been for more than 3 hours. That's because there are shell casings up and down the street. Now, I'm told one of the men who was shot, a man in his mid-20s, is in critical condition.
Now, basically, you heard the news reporter right there set the scene of what happened, and you know how it was a tragic scene, and the 3 people who ended up getting shot, right? It wasn't only YFN Lucci's homeboy Nut that got shot, but he's the only one who died, I believe, right? Now, I continue by saying this.
But that his status could change for the worse overnight.
It appears that they were the intended target, but again, we're not sure the reason of the shooting.
Atlanta police are investigating why 2 men in their mid-20s and a 14-year-old boy were shot outside of a barber shop in Southwest Atlanta Saturday night.
Right now, it doesn't appear that they had any connection to the business. They were just kind of hanging out, is what we appear.
Investigators say it appears to have been a drive-by shooting, and according to several witnesses we spoke with, an automatic weapon was used.
Heard like something like a semi-automatic or something.
Now, you heard her from the scene. They basically said, you know, that 3 people got shot. You know, they were trying to piece things together. But, you know, and that one of the suspects was, you know, in critical condition. And unfortunately, he lost his life. And that ended up being YFN Lucci's homeboy, according to reports, right? This guy right here, Donovan Thomas Jr. You know what I mean?
All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna get back to that clip later. We got another clip on the spin that's coming from another content creator. Well, I don't forget what old dude was. He was like, I don't know, ex-fed or some shit. What the fuck this nigga goddamn got going on? Oh, that ain't it. Okay.
You guys can see this is 88-page indictment. We're not going to go through all of it, but the big thing is I'm just going to go over the general concepts that they're using here, okay? So these are all the people that are indicted, 28 people, okay? And as you guys can see, this is a state indictment. I'm going to break down here the differences between state and federal in a second between Rico. But let's go ahead and talk about number one, the conspiracy, okay? As associates of the enterprise, Young Slime Life, hereinafter referred to as YSL, the defendants conspired to associate together and with others for the common purposes of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and conducting and participating in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. In furtherance of the conspiracy, the defendants engaged in activities enumerated herein. The objectives of the conspiracy included, but were not limited to, preserving, protecting, enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence. Preserving, protecting, enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise by posting of messages, images, videos, songs demonstrating allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf. Guys, make a note of all this because this is all going to become very important when I start showing you guys the evidence of what the state actually has against them, okay? Maintaining armed individuals ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through the use of violence. Obtaining money, weapons, and other property through acts of racketeering activity, including robbery, theft, and the unlawful sale and distribution of drugs, and obstructing law enforcement investigations and court proceedings through witness intimidation and attacks upon law enforcement officers. Okay? The enterprise. Okay? So they're identifying the enterprise, which is YSL. Okay? Is an enterprise consisting of a group of individuals associated, in fact, although not a legal entity. YSL constitutes an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for the common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. Okay, so now they're going to go into the history of these guys. YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Ave area of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gangs. Okay, now guys, what do we know about the Bloods? The Bloods gang is a gang that's been here in the United States since the 60s. Okay, it was originally created right around the civil rights era, as a way to protect neighborhoods from racism, etc. And then, it morphed into a bit more nefarious. And you got the Bloods and the Crips that started out in the South California area, the LA area, and it spread all over the United States. And now nefarious. And you got the Bloods and the Crips that started out in the South as a way to protect neighborhoods from racism, etc. And then, and morphed gang that's been here in the United States. Guys, what do we know about the Bloods? The Bloods gang is a gang that's been here in the United States since the 60s. Okay, it was originally created right around the civil rights era, as a way to protect neighborhoods from racism, etc. And then, it morphed into a bit more nefarious. And you got the Bloods and the Crips that started.
During the 1960s, all gangs that were formed, whether it were Bloods, Crips, GD, Vice Lords, Folk-Cone Hustlers, Black Peace Stone Rangers, all of them was originated to equip to defend and police the black neighborhoods. This after they dismantled Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the whole Black Panther movement, especially with the slaying and killing of Fred Hampton in Chicago. So just a brief history of where it started from and where we see all gangs
South California area, the LA area, and it spread all over the United States. And now it's a global gang. It's been here in the United States since the 60s. Okay, it was originally created right around the civil rights era, as a way to protect neighborhoods from racism, etc. And then, it morphed into a bit more nefarious. And you got the Bloods and the Crips that started out in the South California area, the LA area, and it spread all over the United States. And now it's a global gang, okay? And it has strong ties in Atlanta, Georgia as well, okay? So YSL founders were Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Slime, Walter Murphy, a.k.a. DK, and Trontavious Steffens, a.k.a. Tick, okay? And we're going to be hearing about these guys quite a bit in the lyrics, okay? AK Slug. Jeffrey Williams, an Atlanta-based hip-hop artist, made YSL a well-known name by referring to it on its songs and social media. All right? So now we're going to go into the identifiers real quick. And guys, this is all very important because everything that they're going to be charging YSL with is based on this stuff right here. They're identifying them as an enterprise that is involved in racketeering activity. What is racketeering activity? It's murder, robbery, acts of violence, intimidation tactics, whatever it may be. And I'm going to go into the differences here in a second between the RICO, right? And when it's states versus RICO when it's federal, right? YSL associates use a variety of identifiers, including colors, clothes, tattoos, and hand signs, as well as verbal and written identifiers. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang, and some associates also claim the Blood subset gang, Sex, Money, Murder, or 30 Deep, which we're going to talk about this here in a second, okay? 30 Deep is out of the New Orleans area, okay? YSL associates often display their colors by wearing a green or red bandana on their person, a practice known as flagging. YSL associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. YSL associates also often wear pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat. The most predominant YSL colors are red for Bloods and green for slime.
Well, I
YSL
guess
associates use a variety of hand signs. One of the most common hand sign, wiping the nose with the index.
So I guess the biggest thing, even in this sector, even the way it started, majority of, what everybody probably claim, we never talk about factions of these gangs and shit. Let me count them. For y'all can hear this for yourself. And I guess the flag will mean that wow. Young boy, let me slow down. Let me go in the bush to find this shit. I want to say they were linked up at one time too. This shit just crazy though.
So associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. YSL associates also often wear pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat. The most predominant YSL colors are red for Bloods and green for slime. YSL associates use a variety of hand signs. One of the most common hand sign, wiping the nose with the index finger, okay, like this, okay? Another frequently used YSL hand sign consists of curling the ring, practice known as flagging. YSL associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. Pretty Deep is out of the New Orleans area. Identifiers including colors, clothes, tattoos, and hand signs, as well as verbal and written identifiers. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang, and some associates also claim the Blood subset gang, Sex, Money, Murder, or 30 Deep, which we're going to talk about this here in a second. Okay, 30 Deep is out of the New Orleans area. Okay. YSL associates often display their colors by wearing a green or red bandana on their.
This shit might be bigger than. I wonder what they try to do there. Let me see how that Rico shit gonna play out with young boy now. This shit crazy, though.
Person, a practice known as flagging. YSL associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. YSL associates also often wear pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat. The most predominant YSL colors are red for Bloods and green for slime. YSL associates use a variety of hand signs. One of the most common hand sign, wiping the nose with the index finger, okay, like this, okay? Another frequently used YSL hand sign consists of curling the ring and pinky finger inward toward the palm while extending the index and thumb with the middle finger slightly curved. The extend.
Okay, so you probably got the same observation that I got. So that's kind of
affiliation with the National Bloods gang, and some associates also claim the Blood subset gang, Sex, Money, Murder, or 30 Deep.
Okay, right there. So that's honestly that's YB and Thug Connection. And then if you think about it, the way Rich Homie Quan kind of bagged out from Thug around that time the Nut got killed, it make perfect sense with this shit. That's why I kind of slowed down a little bit, because I'm like listening to dude and he breaking this shit down. And if you know what flags mean, what, especially in the hip hop, because this might be a Rico on hip hop as a whole, man. They probably, that shit crazy though. Yeah, because you got to think about this. Magnolia Shawty, you know, she got killed. You know, that's the chick that Drake used the sample for Nice for What. And then what's the other nigga that had signed the Cash Money, but he had got killed? It probably like it maybe was before or after Nip died. That shit crazy though. Damn. That shit crazy, man. That shit wild as a bitch though. Yeah.
Deep, which we're going to talk about this here in a second. Okay, 30 Deep is out of the New Orleans area. Okay, YSL associates often display their colors by wearing a green or red bandana on their person, a practice known as flagging. YSL associates often wear clothing with the letters YSL or the word slime printed on them. YSL associates also often wear pendants displaying the letters YSL or the word slat. The most predominant YSL colors are red for Bloods and green for slime. YSL associates use a variety of hand signs. One of the most common hand sign, wiping the nose with the index finger, okay, like this, okay? Another frequently used YSL hand sign consists of curling the ring and pinky finger inward toward the palm while extending the index and thumb with the middle finger slightly curved. The extended middle and index, Destiny, go ahead, try to figure that gang sign out. All right. Okay. The extended middle and index fingers represent the Y. The curved middle finger and curved ring finger represent the S. Okay. And I think I have a picture here for y'all in a second, which actually is a part of what I got going here. But here we go. So, bam. All right. These are some of the gang signs that the state is using against these guys. All right. So as y'all can see, let me enlarge this real fast. My bad. Okay. And that's there's your boy Young Thug, and this is one of his associates who we're gonna go through here as well. I forget his name. His Instagram is like SX something. All right, but that's an example of them throwing gang signs. All right. YSL associates use a variety of other identifiers. Often YSL associates will write or say the word blat, which means blood love all the time. YSL associates also use the word slat, which means slime love all the time. Often associates will simply refer to each other as blood or slime. They also refer to Cleveland Ave as Blevland, replacing the C with a B. Green heart, green snake, blowing nose, and green vomit emojis are also symbols commonly used by members of YSL. So guys, keep a note of this. All right, I'm going to read this one more time for y'all because this is kind of going to be home base here. All right, so you guys understand what's going on here so we have a foundation. YSL associates use a variety of other identifiers. Often YSL associates will write or say the word blat, which means blood love all the time. YSL associates also use the word slat, which means slime love all the time. Often, associates will simply refer to each other as blood or slime. They also refer to Cleveland Avenue, which is where this set of the Bloods started, guys, the YSL, as Blevland, replacing the C with a B. Green heart, green snake, blowing nose, and green vomit emojis are also symbols commonly used by members of YSL. So the thing I also want to let you guys know is replacing, letters, right, with your gang letter is very common. Right. So, for example, GDs, right? Gangster Disciples, they call themselves like 22Gs. I listen to 22Gs, for example, right? I listen to 22Gs and I listen to Wu guys. I listen to both. And guys in the Blicky gang will go BLIXKY. Why? Because they don't want to use the C, okay? Because a lot of the Wu guys are Crips. So, and they're the ops. So this is very common in gang culture where you don't use an opposition's gang's starting letter, okay? Crip Mac, for example, right? Hilarious, great interviews. And he doesn't use the word B. He calls them custers instead of busters, all right? So this is very common in gang culture to not use certain letters when you speak. You got something, Destiny?
Yeah, actually, on my birthday a couple weeks ago, I had a few people say Happy C Day, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
like,
that's what they mean, yeah.
Yeah,
so those are probably Crips.
Yeah, I figured that out
yeah.
a little bit later. I didn't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let me see here. I'll get some of these chats, guys, and we'll keep going on. Let's see. And thank you guys for all the support, man. Really appreciate it. Preparing for this thing took me a while. So, anyway, I think we're good. Okay. Drop it in, show support.
Cash Money Records was shot and killed last night in his hometown of New Orleans. Young and born Desmond Jerome was fatally shot at a Shell gas station in Lil Wayne's Holly Grove neighborhood. His body was found beside a gas pump. He was 27. Youngin revealed in past interviews he had already been shot 5 times. Atlanta rapper Rallo told his IG followers that Birdman confirmed Youngin's death to him in a phone call. Rallo posted a photo of himself with the New Orleans rapper with the caption reading, "Every call I ever got from Birdman was good except this one. I can't believe I can't go on your live and see you alive no more. All I wanted to do is say not many even knew you was Muslim, but I did. I pray Allah forgive you for all your sins. Inshallah, you in a better place. I can't believe your child got to grow without you." Birdman signed Youngin to his Cash Money label in November 2016. Youngin was making a name for himself for his eccentric lifestyle. He notably caught social media's attention in December 2016 when he walked into an Audi dealership with a drawstring backpack full of cash.
Wrap it up. I told you I was coming with them bands, man. You hear me? Look, you keep the change. You can have a bag too. You hear me? Keep everything. Racks and racks. You keep it. That's you. Racks on racks. That's what we do. Where the keys at? BTY Young Stunner. Where the keys at, man? Where the keys? You hear me? I come through. Drop that off on MJ.
What if he got knocked out because he was doing too much? I don't know. I got people from down there, man. I was thinking about Young Greatness. I forgot about this nigga though.
It's still clean off. Give my man his car, man. Come on, bro. Give my man his car.
Go ahead. Young Stunner. That's what they do.
Glenn Bell, Youngin's cousin, was present at the crime scene. Bell told NOLA.com this isn't the end of BTY Youngin's rap career. Rap is his career, not was, Bell told NOLA.com. He's going to live on. Youngin has a large catalog of music online. He has released numerous singles, including Materialistic, Far From Over, It's Whatever, When I Was On, and more. Everybody over at College Kid would like to send their condolences to the family of BTY Youngin. Rest easy, young king.
In this video, we'll take a look at his early life growing up in the St. Bernard housing projects, which are located in the 7th Ward of New Orleans. Then we'll take a look at his start musically and how being displaced by Hurricane Katrina will play a big part in Young Greatness' rap career once he relocated to Texas. And lastly, we will look at some of the accomplishments in music Young Greatness was able to achieve before being shot and killed in October of 2018. Theodore Jones, better known as Young Greatness, is from the 7th Ward of New Orleans. Coming out of the St. Bernard area, his childhood will be rough, but his interest in football will keep him out of trouble by taking up most of his free time. Already coming from a city with multiple legendary rappers, Young Greatness will be inspired to rap once out of high school. His mentor at the time musically will be local rapper Andre Deuce Noel. Deuce will take Young Greatness under his wing and start to work with him, and also show him the ins and outs of the New Orleans hip-hop scene. Once Young Greatness will start to find his sound a bit musically, a disaster will strike New Orleans in August of 2005. Hurricane Katrina would hit Louisiana as a Category 3 storm, flooding the city and breaking the levees in the process. Many people who weren't evacuated died during Hurricane Katrina, but Young Greatness, who was stuck in the St. Bernard's housing projects for the entire storm.
So what I'm guessing is when Katrina hit, 30 was moved to Atlanta. Cause that'll make sense of the whole correlation. Cause not everybody from Atlanta went to Texas during Katrina. That shit crazy, though.
Survived, although he was left with nothing. After the storm lightened up, Young Greatness will be evacuated and end up settling in Houston, Texas, with almost 250,000 other evacuees from New Orleans. Houston will end up being a positive in Young Greatness' life, as it became a second home to him. During that time, Houston also had a huge influence on hip-hop. Bun B, Chamillionaire, Mike Jones, and other Houston artists were buzzing at the time. He met a few of those artists and they had a major impact on his approach to the game, as he was able to see the hard work and independent hustle they put in before blowing up on the mainstream. Young Greatness actually started rapping in 2003, a few years before the storm, but it wasn't until he moved to Texas that he started taking music more seriously. He would go on to secure his first record deal while staying in the Lone Star State. Although the deal would eventually fall through, he still lived in Houston for 3 years and loved every minute of it. Once he left Houston after the record deal fell through, Young Greatness found himself back in New Orleans. Still hungry to make rap work, he turned to the streets to support his music career. In the process of running up the bag, Young Greatness would be arrested and end up spending 2 years at LaSalle Correctional Facility in northern Louisiana. Once released from prison in 2010, Young Greatness would formulate a plan to live between Atlanta and New Orleans until his music career started to grow. He understood that New Orleans didn't have the resources necessary to push an artist to the mainstream at the time and knew he had to reach out to bigger markets. He stayed in New Orleans for 7 days and stayed in Atlanta for 7 days, for 3 years straight. Young Greatness would release his first mixtape in 2012 called Rich and Famous, which was hosted by DJ Smalls. The mixtape wouldn't blow him up overnight, but it was a solid release for a new artist and would start to get the attention of some movers and shakers on the Atlanta music scene. 2014 will become another breakout year for Young Greatness after he released Dollar for Hate, featuring guest appearance from Meek Mill, Pusha T, and Juvenile. The project earned him a NOLA Hip Hop Award for Mixtape of the Year. Coach K and P, over at Quality Control Records and Atlanta Power Label, were paying attention to the music and watching the moves Young Greatness was making in the music industry as an independent artist. The duo will call Young Greatness, and after a few meetings, he was signed one of the hottest labels in the game. Once signed, Young Greatness went to the studio for 2 months straight. Akon's brother Omar was in the studio with him and was blown away by his sound and originality. He called Akon to the studio, and Akon loved it so much he asked Quality Control to get in on Young Greatness' situation and become a co-manager. Next for Young Greatness in 2015 will be a new mixtape, this one named I Try to Tell Him, which will have his biggest song to date on it. The song Moolah, produced by Jazzy Faye, went gold and reached number 85 on the Billboard Hot 100. The exposure will help Young Greatness get more radio spins and grow his fan base outside of New Orleans and Atlanta. In 2017, Ronald Slim Williams, Cash Money co-founder, reached out to Young Greatness after it became public that his situation at QC was changing. He wanted to help Young Greatness because he was from New Orleans and wanted to see someone from New Orleans win. Eventually, Young Greatness would leave Quality Control and sign to Cash Money Records with the help of Birdman. His first release on Cash Money would be a mixtape called Bloody Summer. Although it wouldn't blow up like Moolah, it was a solid start to his career at Cash Money. But unfortunately, that would be the only Cash Money release from Young Greatness because in October 2018, he was shot and killed outside of a Waffle House in New Orleans. The shooting, which was described as a botched robbery by
Quran Core, dropping in to show my support. Shout out to FNF team. Thank you so much, guys. And also, I know you guys might say, man, that's a lot. That's really redundant. I already know about the Crips and Bloods, whatever. Keep in mind, guys, that we have a lot of international viewers that might not be aware of American pop culture and or American gangs. So I'm explaining it for anyone to understand, okay? So if it's a little bit redundant, you know, please excuse that. But we do have a lot of international viewers that really are fascinated by the hip hop and gang culture here in the United States. So I want to make sure they understand. Okay. Primary locale, YSL Associates are predominantly active in Southeast Atlanta in the Cleveland Avenue area, but are expanding their activities into the surrounding metropolitan Atlanta area. Okay. Acts and furtherance of the conspiracy. So this is, guys, now they're going to start getting into the actual dates of crimes. Okay. So we got crimes occurring all the way back in fucking 2013, and they've been looking at these guys since 2012, guys. So we're looking at about 10 years. All right. And there's already 4,000 y'all in here. So like the video. And let's keep going. So I'm going to keep playing the Hip Hop Daily video. Shout out to them. But now you guys know what YSL is, what SLAT is, what BLAT is, what Blevlin Avenue is, etc. All right.
AKA Nut, the guy who ended up getting his gravesite disrespected in this picture right here, which is crazy, man. I remember when that story ran, man, when this happened. Now, I didn't think, I thought, like, yes, they use SLAT a lot, and you understand that there's a breakup between the two sections, I should say, of what they claiming. You know what I'm saying?
What up with it, huh?
What's up with it, Gordo, man? Hey, you
Talk
see
to me.
the you see the you see the you see the play though, man. I just want everybody to really be able to see the play, man. If you notice, he talking about 2012, and they naming all these new uh signs and they new terms and all that, which we as damn moves, old damn moves, we don't do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't do all that shit. That's why I be trying to tell people we don't do all that new shit. You feel me? We don't do all that shit they do in the A in this. We don't do all that. We ain't got no code that we need to read. None of that. No, shouts out to them, but we don't do all that. You know what I mean? It's just banging at it. It's really our gang banging as Bloods and Crips, and then I'm gonna get to it, bro. Can you hear that posse on Broadway in the back? Do I need to cut that radio down?
Oh no, you can go ahead. I'm gonna let you have the flow.
Okay, so the bleeding and cripping started out there. Now they didn't moved it. Now they trying to interplay them while telling them they different. I guess is my point. They explaining it to everybody because it's different. You feel me? If y'all don't feel me, I'm saying niggas in Cali, niggas in Phoenix, niggas in the smoke is sitting there looking at these niggas like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is a slime? What
Yeah,
the fuck does
it's some new age shit, man.
that's
Yeah.
new age shit. That ain't our shit. But the only reason they trying to make this a big okay. YSL should just be just like we did. It was a game to protect your neighborhood, which is how you ended up fighting your own homies in the neighborhood because we shortened our neighborhood to where nigga, if, I'm on 48th and you on 58th, you ain't in my neighborhood no more, my nigga. Until we get older and then we all friends because we all grew up right there 10 blocks away from each other. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so yeah, so it was really just blood and cripping like that. You know, nigga, this our neighborhood, that's our neighborhood. So so that's what YSL should have just stayed. You feel me? If they, I mean, and we can't go past tense, but if they was really just that, is really what the fuck I'm saying. YSL was really just that little gang protecting their neighborhood.
Yeah.
They trying to make them Bloods, and the reason I want y'all to hear why Gordo playing all this, and you might not be doing it for this, but because all these people are talking about the reason why they Bloods shouldn't even be coming up, but they saying that because we telling them that ain't it. They know that. I'm gonna give y'all another thing. If y'all notice, they saying that started in 2012, and y'all also realize that by 2012, the real gangbangers, and I ain't saying it like that, but I'm saying it like that because I'm talking about the 90s babies that was out here putting it in for the set. I'm talking about for the set though, not to try to get your money up or to try to be. I'm talking about for the set, for the hood. When niggas was out here sliding for the hood, out there finna go to the pen. See, that's how we came friends. Cause we all ended up in the pen together. Like, damn, I slid on you and they got us up in here. So we all kind of linked up, which made them hate Bloods and Crips. So now they want to change because the
Bloods and Crips, I'm gonna say us from back in the day, we learned how to play them. You feel me? We learned how to maneuver past the laws like that. That's why when they made up all them laws, y'all never saw us going down. So now they just trying to use that against YSL, man. Trying to make them be dogs. Yeah, they did it. Yeah, they threw up the sign. Yeah, they did all that. But to some motherfuckers that don't know nothing, it sound good in the court of law, in the jury. But take that shit to the hood. Bring that shit to the hood.
Yeah, yeah, you right.
We
That's why I
gonna look
said
at them niggas.
I think
Go
just
ahead,
some
go ahead.
I think it's just some industry shit, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
man. That's why I said,
Yeah,
hell, when they start breaking this shit down, that's why I had to play that old No Limit clip, cause I'm like, hell, this shit might be bigger than that, cause hell, they really got Rico on all them boys, man. Even young boy and them shit. I think his trial got pushed back, but all them going through some legal trouble. All them motherfuckers connected in some way too. That's why I said, man, I think it's just the hip hop police. They didn't revamp their shit to start just hit motherfucker with Rico, cause they know these niggas, the young niggas just dumb, man. I tell my little nephew,
yeah.
yeah, this shit, man.
Yeah, they be on some ignorant shit going on. And the nigga can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga can't be really mad at that because that's what's gonna have to happen, especially if it's that type of uh, uh, uh violence begots violence. You feel me? Violence ends violence. That's why they call it war. Uh, 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 War stops war. More fucking war stops war. But check this out, man. Uh, 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 man, y'all sub to the channel, man. SmokO'Klahoma Unk. I'm finna give it to y'all like it is, real straight, man. They trying to play him in, and it's a sensitive subject, but it really ain't. They gotta try to get out of that. They trying to group them up into being Bloods and Crips as a bigger picture to be able to come back and get the Bloods and Crips that's been beaten. If y'all can understand what I'm saying, they trying to run a new play on some new Bloods and Crips. If y'all can underdig what I'm saying now, that they saying started in 2012 when we all know we was damn near done. We was damn near through with all this shit by 2012. We had already had two troops. You feel me? Y'all remember that shit? We had already had two different troops called to an end of the war. Not stop gangbanging. It ain't that it was, hey, we're gonna say let's all stop gangbanging and give up the flag. No, it wasn't that. It was let's stop warring against each other. You understand what I'm saying? So it was a truce. So it was nothing else to really be tripping on. So then it became where niggas moved out a little bit and started uh, like this and that, and then started using the gang for the wrong things, and then probably some busters or some real niggas slid to a few old spots. You know what I'm saying? Like I did down there. I didn't put niggas on in Lake Charles, Louisiana, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I know it goes down, and I know who I am. You feel me? So I don't know about them no more, but ain't no telling who they are now. You feel me? But that's just how it went, man. That's how it went. But they trying to group them in. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just finna say facts. You gotta keep on speaking, OG. I'm listening, man. You know,
They trying to group.
I got a younger crowd too that come from a Facebook channel and shit. So they be shaming in sometimes too. So hey, you go get them talk.
Okay, yeah, man. So they trying, which I ain't got too much more, but they trying to. I'm just peeping the play. I'm really sitting back as an OG. You feel me? As who I am, and y'all don't know me. I'm OG Money B. You know what I'm saying? Really, really been there, done that, about that. You feel me? So when I come home for the last time, uh, 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 in 2016, we seeing the change up. We seeing the change up. Like we sitting here in prison as Bloods and Crips. Like nigga, what is going on? What is this nigga doing? It was the whole Lil Wayne movement ushered in, and then all of a sudden it was blood this and blood, and we was like, whoa, what happened? And then the Crip niggas started being like, hey man, what? Damn, y'all done got deep in the motherfucker. We looking like niggas. Who is these niggas? But we're rock with it. You feel me? We rocking with it. We Waka flocking and Lil Wayne over there, Big B in and you know, and we got now we in pen. Y'all got a real.
Can hey, before you go ahead, before you go in about that, can I say something about that whole wine era, man? What happened in Mississippi though?
Talk to me.
I don't know if Redbird really want to shine me in about it, but man,
Call in Redbird.
even in my hood and like surrounding areas and shit, when that wine shit had me hit the industry and shit, you know, a lot of lords converted to,
B dogs.
yeah.
Hey, and yes, yeah.
I'm
Go ahead,
going
go
back
ahead.
on mute, man. Like, yeah, that was,
Okay.
yeah,
Hey,
that
so it
that
was a bunch of. I'm gonna say it for you. You ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta say it. I say it for you. It was a bunch of buster ass shit going on. It was a bunch of loose ass, whack mouth, no chin having, can't skiffle gang ass niggas, fugaziing the whole industry into some motherfucking gang shit, using our gang shit as the new culture, even. You feel me? My shit finna. Let me get my other Bluetooth real quick. And my motherfucking shit go out. Yeah, using our shit as they culture as a little sign of fear. Hold on. Yeah, trying to use our shit to run down they block as a little sign of fear. It worked, but just a little bit. Motherfuckers ran with it, and then they started asking niggas like me, hey, what's the they started asking niggas like me. Talk to me, Gordo. Let me see if I can hear you real quick.
yeah, what it do?
Okay. Put my other one back on. Yeah, so they ran the whole play, man. Started creating this blood over here, way out here, and I knew this is how it was gonna play out, y'all. They ran the cripping. They ran the cripping so hard. They ran the cripping so hard down the street with Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg became so watered down. Let's call a spade a spade. You feel me? And then it kind of got commercialized. You feel me? So then all of a sudden here comes, and we've been having B dogs. We ain't gonna cap on that with DJ Quick, and man, we've been
Yeah,
Bloods and Crips.
Mac 10 and all them boys and shit,
Mac
you know,
Dime,
West
and
Ed.
I mean, right? Yeah. It go way back on that. But then they come with this Lil Wayne movie. Now, this is what I hated about the Lil Wayne movement, my nigga. I'm in jail. I'm in county. So I ain't in prison. I'm in county. So I'm getting my little old thing. She's sending me the the Source, the Vibe, and the Double XL every month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting up there, and it was one of them vibes where Lil Wayne had on that Cavalli. You feel me? Back in them days, Cavalli pants, Cavalli boxes. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga said in the article, y'all niggas can look it up, Google it. Nigga, I'm down with Bloods and I'm down with Grape Street Crips. And I said, oh wow, oh, time out. Ah! I was hitting the brakes. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this is probably like '05. It's probably like '05. You feel me? Before he really came out like that. This is damn near back when he was still, he'd be in the red bandana, a orange one, a green one, a camo one, grape one. You feel me? And when that nigga said that, I was like, oh, so this nigga ain't no blood like that. That nigga was like, well, Bird was supposed to be like that. I was like, well, let's slow down on that a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Even though, nigga, you what you are, but nigga, you what you are in your town, my nigga.
Salute, Red. All right,
What
go
up,
ahead, Unc.
Red?
Go ahead, Unc.
Yeah. Okay. But you are what the fuck you are in your own town. But they trying to So I'm saying that to say, I wanted to make it fit. I'm saying that to say, when this nigga made that article, when that nigga said that in that article back in '05, he was already a millionaire, my nigga. He was already paid. It was already the movement, the way. He just was about to start. They was asking him at that time, like, what's up with this blood? Where you come from with all of a sudden out the gate with this blood? You know what I'm saying? What happened? And then that's what he said. Man, I'm down with Bloods and I'm down with Grape Street. Now, as a general, I don't know any gang member, not one that's down with two sets. You feel me?
Hey, I
I don't know
mean,
none.
even shit. I'm 33, so round about my time, we was in the hood and shit. Get the way more with my brother was up, but yeah, just the way niggas, how niggas get put down and shit. But hell, you might grow up like nigga when we wasn't too much banging like that in the hood. We had to worry about when we wanted to go like to the next town or some shit and had to bang with other niggas. So, we down there congregated with each other. And most probably what niggas had it be like, Vylord killing Vylord, the gangster killing gangster. So I'm saying that what the shit was in our hood, but it was like when them Katrina hit and then like my kinfolk none came from Chicago and shit. Man,
Right.
they like that would turned a lot of this shit up. Like niggas started going from, just you know, growing up under your daddy tutelage and shit and under growth and development, then your cousin will come out here and they sprinkle they shit on the time and shit. And niggas go, you got different functions inside of folk nation. Just put it like that, you might got a mother, that's gorilla, or you might got a motherfucker that, they might base they shit out, jokes and shit. But like
Inside of it.
yeah. But all of it be based on, shit, folk nation and shit. But like in Chicago, all them beefing with each other, like shit, we got SCRs down here. See what I'm saying? Like the white boy that be rolling with, like shit, we got them down here and shit. But see, that's why a lot of niggas be trying to avoid going into the penitentiary, cause yeah, like it don't matter what function you inside it beefing with each other, it basically goddamn gangster getting violent, like nigga either gonna set your ass on fire, stab you. Better hope they ain't fucking with no guard and motherfucker get them keys and shit. Cause that's really what started the whole prison riots and shit, man. Like niggas fucking with the same bitch and bitch goddamn get flaw and shit. And that shit just sparked some whole other shit that had popped off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That shit that happened a couple years ago. Like that shit. Like niggas don't niggas don't, man. They don't be trying to go to the Delta, man. Get locked up in penitentiary.
Hey man,
Nigga try to go to one of them satellite, man. Like
hey
for
man,
real.
nigga don't want to go to that joint, man. Hey man,
No, they treat you like a man.
hey, but now check game. The same thing I was saying that happened with us. And on the dig that yeah, we still, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we then got into it with each other also. But that was a really a common thing back in the gap. That's how B Dogs was winning. Actually, that's how we was winning is because the Crips would be into it with each other and the Bloods wasn't. They was major outnumbered us. You know what I'm saying? And but we would always be able to win because they was in tour with each other. The who was in the neighborhoods didn't get along. The neighborhoods against the Prince Halls. You know what I'm saying? And it was always something to where we was always unified. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So then in the joint, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is in there locking. You know, niggas is in there getting it in. But this what I'm gonna say, y'all. That's what's gonna change that down there. That's my point. That's what's gonna change that down there. Cause them niggas gonna underdig that it ain't them against them. Like we had to understand that's the point back then. By 2012, we was already knowing that on my side. You know what I'm saying? From SmokO'Klahoma on west, we was already knowing that. Like, man, we against these people. When Rodney King hit, the motherfucking riots hit, when the man, we riding and sliding and not on our against the crib. You feel me? Which instilled fear. You feel me? That's what put the fear in there. That's what put all them new laws in there. Cause now we ain't just against it. You know what I'm saying? No more. And that's what they gonna understand, no Gordo. That's what they gonna understand, man. Play. Let's. I just want people to understand why they keep peep out, Gordo. The key words they keep saying. They keep trying to like he said, I know everybody knows about the Bloods and Crips, but don't nobody know how the hell YSL is the Blood. How in the hell YSL is a blood set, but inside they said they got somebody from you know what I'm saying? Nigga
Yeah.
don't all that shit. That's what they gotta try to use to beat their case. And they gonna try to have to you know what I'm saying? I don't know how they gonna have to try to do it, but they gonna have to prove that they not no B dogs off the scratch and make them uh handle them as just YSL, not blood. Go ahead, Gordo. Let that sink in though.
Oh nah, I already came to my observation of that. I already got what you were saying the other day when you brought it up. That shit, that was
Yeah.
my whole thing. They trying to say that they using the money them boy be making to do all they fuck shit. See what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
shit, like yeah, they gotta convince them that this shit ain't like this. So
Cause
you
if
know,
you see that's what they trying to convince. I'm listening to the DA and all them, and you know we got the people online saying it too. But when you listen to the DA and all them talking, it sounds like they trying to they trying to take up where they left off at with us when we wasn't letting them get us like that no more. You feel me? Like nah, we ain't gonna we ain't, you ain't gonna get us like that. Now they trying to take this, take all they little punk ass signs, the same shit they used to do with us back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Early 90s, showing houses, let's hit up, this what he did, this the sign. They used to pass out flyers and stuff. It's the signs y'all be looking for, and they wear the red flag on the right side, then they bloods if they throw the B up like this. It's the exact same thing from 91, 92.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's take a deep dive into it. Okay, boom. Remember all these little TV shows they were making like Gangland and all that shit. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
something I just thought about as you were talking, like they always made the Blood Gang like they had more episodes than like Hell Angels on like them gang, them Gangland TV shows that
Yeah,
used to come
yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard what you said earlier about like Snoop Dogg. Then you think like Nipsey, Blueface. They try to, they popularized those guys. You think about
There it is.
Snoop with Martha Stewart. You see what I'm saying? All
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it do seem like they trying to make an example like throughout the generation. They try to make an example out this one game. Like even on
Mm-hmm.
Gangland, like I said, I'm yeah, I think they had more episodes about Blood Gang than any other gang. No matter what, other than like the shit in Chicago, with everything they had going on and like different biker gangs and shit. But it always been a war against the Bloods and stuff. I think they just remixed it and they learned how to kill two birds with one stone. You get all these blood people that can claim bloods in the industry that benefiting from creating these jobs for like different people and shit. Hell, you get them to that point. Hell, you just catch them slipping one time. Hell, you can bang them up a whole goddamn street. See what I'm saying? Whole neighborhood,
Yeah.
whole block. I
And,
think I,
and yeah.
I think they finna be a mad sweep though. The way they trying to do it, cause I don't know, man. It's like shit. A lot of them guys tied into each other. They got Rico, man. Then at the same time, a lot of them guys they got hit with them Rico, man. Them guys, them niggas down there. I think they the ones that kind of spoke out against that Takashi shit.
Mm, okay. You going there with it. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. And you think they got a little beef about that on the low.
Yeah, I just think all of it. It just sounds like it's an odd coincidence that then everybody dude they probably spoke out about him snitching. Like all they people around them they got hit with like Ricos and shit.
Right, right. But I think a lot of spoke out on Takashi though. So excuse me.
But the
So I don't
one
know
that but
about
the
it.
one the one that went there with it like 42 dude. I think Dirk said something about him. I think him and Thug used to take slick jabs. I don't know. I might be tripping. But it just funny. But hell far as the way they trying to the way they even just trying to mass incarcerate like the gang members, especially one in the industry. Like you can't fault, shit. I just don't think niggas got they say they got wiretaps and shit. I just don't see how, a nigga that living like that got time to, deal with, his street partners fuck shit. But yeah, they
Well,
trying to tie
they
all this
they
shit together though.
what they did, Gordo. It's easy to see. They caught him so early that he was still tied in, bro. That's it. So as he got bigger, they went on ahead and probably looked like, okay, this nigga ain't doing nothing no more. Let's go on and get him. You feel me? But they caught him. Let's say this nigga what? let's say if Thug 30, which I don't think the nigga 30, but he could be. Let's say the nigga 30 and 10 years ago, that nigga was a dub, still in the street. You feel me? So it's easy to kind of get a nigga like that because they catch a nigga early. They caught them niggas early while they was still active. And yeah, niggas say niggas was really active, but how they trying to get them, to me though, Gordo, tell me if I'm tripping. How they trying to get them really is the association with blood is what keep fucking me up, bro. That's what's fucking me up, y'all. When they keep saying how they associated with blood. You feel me? That's it right there, man. That's what's fucking me up. That got me and that's the same with Lil Wayne. Hey, Lil Wayne fan, go back and read that article that I'm telling you about. You should be able to Google it. Niggas, he ain't no. Y'all see what I'm saying? They made this shit like this nigga was the real motherfucking blood, like this. Popularized it all out like this. If the nigga wasn't from the set in '05, out his own fucking mouth, he wasn't from shit. He down with Bloods and down with Grape Street. Out his own mouth in '05. By the time motherfucking Millie dropped in '08, nigga, you still ain't from nothing. You know, it don't change like that. My nigga, it don't switch up like that. You ain't got put on the set between '05 and '08. Nigga, please. Yeah, thank you, Lil Wayne fan. Yeah, go back and check that out. So in the end of shit, they use Lil Wayne to popularize Bloods. They use Snoop to popularize Crips. The Blood shit just kind of got a little more ignorant because the youngins started really coming in the game with it like this and like that. You feel me? But they wasn't really up under the same. They wasn't up under the same rule as us. Like, say for instance, if a nigga hit the yard, and the nigga hit the yard, and nigga say, "Yeah, I'm a Blood." Okay, what you from? And nigga say, "I'm from YSL." Every Blood on the yard gonna be like, "All right, what the fuck is that?" You know what I'm saying? And if a nigga was like, nigga, I'm Young Thug, nigga from Atlanta, nigga, I'm from YSL, nigga, we dogs. Nigga be like, okay, well, what made y'all dogs? You know what I mean? What made y'all set Blood? That's the key, y'all, that y'all don't be thinking about. Niggas make up sets all the time. But what makes your set from Blood? It's niggas right here in the city that got their own set. But they own set ain't from Blood though. Your set gotta be from Blood. You feel me? For you to be from Blood. If your set ain't bloody, then you getting put on it ain't bloody. So unless a Blood came down and made YSL, Gordo,
Oh no,
then
I'm following you. I'm following you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless a Blood made up YSL, then ain't no way YSL set is from Blood. It's just a set. And it seemed like they trying to make it from blood to try to add in to all the other shit. When really they should have, the same way that motherfuckers started up Bloods and Crips out there, is the same way they should have just started their own shit. And could have had a long way to go with it because they would have never been able to tie it in to nothing. You feel me?
Yeah. But shit.
I'm finna roll me one.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna get through running this other clip. Goddamn it. Oh,
run it.
All right.
Let's be real. You know, they both in these indictments are being listed as being a member of blood gangs that have kind of splintered off into two separate groups, right? You know, and I can say that based on the reports. And you know, that side obviously, you know, might have taken things extremely far. So that's how we get to the YFN Lucci situation, you know, according to rumors out there, where, you know, there was a shooting and he was allegedly involved in, you know, where one of his partners ended up getting shot. You know, they went to somebody else's block. They ended up catching fire back from whoever was on the block. One of his homeboys got shot, and that's where his RICO indictment with YFN started. Now, what's crazy is while all this is going on, remember, this took place, like if the police knew that there was a murder and they had suspects in 2015, you think they would just wait? Like, just wait until 2022 to pursue? So obviously back then, like even we heard in the reports, in 2012, they knew they were coming after YSL. So in 2015, when this took place, and they probably even started having suspects a little bit after that, they just wanted to lump it all in together. So the possibility of beating all this stuff with all those years of traffic and information, the pictures that were also included in the indictment and things like that, the named associates and affiliates, it ain't looking good for Yak Gotti, and it ain't looking good for YSL as a whole. And Young Thug's involvement is limited in this, but they're saying that he was one of the people. This is the actual murder that they're saying that he was linked to, where he bought the Infinity car. So crazy. And my bad, man. My bad for neglecting the chat. I like to make this an interactive experience. But let's see what you guys are saying out there before we move on to our next topic, because we're almost in the same vein. And we're going to talk about this rumor of Young Thug and his lawyer. Now, this is a rumor because I haven't seen the valid paperwork myself. I haven't seen anything myself. You know what I'm saying? All I've seen so far is a lot of people showing some things online, but I haven't seen any official paperwork. So at this point, it's just a rumor. So let's actually get into it. Let's get into it, man. We already talked about Yak Gotti, so let's get into it. So it's being said that Young Thug and his attorney might have to part ways. You know what I mean? Now, Young Thug's attorney vowed to go hard for him in this indictment. You know what I'm saying? Pause on all that, right? And he's the guy in this video right here. Let me bring it up.
Any allegation is Mr. Williams committed no crime whatsoever, and we will fight to my last drop of blood to clear. Any allegation is Mr. Williams committed no crime whatsoever, and we will fight to my last drop of blood to clear.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a guy by the name of Brian Steele, who is known and he's considered a super lawyer. So for all intents and purposes, Young Thug had his legal game together. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy, Brian Steele, is the top-rated criminal defense attorney in Atlanta. But some rumors came out earlier today, and I was on Clubhouse and heard some things, and I saw another thing. Another guy did a video about it, where they were basically saying that his lawyer is trying to get separate. Well, they're trying to separate his lawyer from the case. You know what I'm saying? And that would hurt his case a bunch because, like I said, this dude is considered one of the top defense attorneys in the South in Atlanta for sure, right? top-rated criminal defense attorneys in Atlanta, Georgia, right? Been practicing for over almost 20 years or something like that. Went to the top law schools, like really on his game. So when he made that statement that he was going to fight to his last for Young Thug, I'm sure Young Thug and his team was like, man, at least we got that lawyer on our team. You know what I'm saying?
Allegation is Mr. Williams
for real
committed no crime whatsoever, and we will fight to my last drop of blood to clear any allegation.
But with the reports, or excuse me, with the rumors that are going online right now, and you can look on Twitter and see it or whatnot, they're saying that this dude is going to end up having to be a witness in the case. Now that would hurt Young Thug's case tremendously, man. That would hurt a lot. And it seems like if that's true, it's an offensive move, or at least a strategy move on the part of the DA to try to make sure that he doesn't get represented by this top legal professional, by this top lawyer, man, which is crazy. But you got to remember, with these RICO cases, it's a lot that goes into this, man. It's a lot of things that go into this. And I see y'all saying this, Cap. And that's why I'm not saying it's official. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for a fact. Like, that is the rumor that's out there. So y'all tell me if that's not true or not. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But to be real, that is a rumor that's running out there. So I don't know, man. I would hope that his legal team would find a way to finesse out of that and to still represent him. But that is wild, to say the least, man. That is wild. Now, Young Thug and nobody official has come out and said that. But, man, like I said, it's a rumor out there on social media. Now, that lawyer in that video, like I said, is one of the super lawyers in Atlanta. And we'll see how this plays out. I'm still waiting on something official to say or talk about it before I go in officially. So, man, we'll see how this plays out. But if it ends up being true, I'll definitely be right on top of that story. You know what I mean? All right, I see y'all in the chat. What up? What up? Y'all do me a favor, though. Make sure you hit that like button, run them likes up. Salute to y'all, too. And keep shouting out your cities in the chat, man. So let's move on to our next topic, man, because we don't have much to go off by that, because like I said, it's a rumor.
Is Mr. Williams
it's a rumor.
Committed no crime whatsoever. And
so let's talk about this.
My last drop of blood to clear.
My bad. So let's talk about this Joe Moses interview. Now, for those of you who don't know, Joe Moses is a rapper from the West Coast who gained a lot of fame and notoriety back in the days by kind of rocking out with Waka Flocka, man. That was the first time I ever heard of Joe Moses. You know what I mean? And I listened to a lot of West Coast rap, for real. First time I ever heard about him was around Waka Flocka. And I think he had a good situation with Waka Flocka and those cats for a long time. Now, he went to TMZ, and he made some proclamations of his own as far as this Young Thug YSL Rico case. Joe Moses said Young Thug, and this is me reading the headline, said that in this TMZ story, said Joe Moses, Young Thug's YSL label is not a gang. They do clothes and music, which, you know, a lot of people would say that, right? Just on the surface and just on the outside looking in, you look at YSL and you say, nah, man, ain't no way this is a gang, dog. Like, you, especially you look at Gunna and Young Thug, and I hate to judge another dude on the way that they dress, but they seem more into the fashion than the banging. You know what I'm saying? When I see Gunna, I don't see a gang banger, dog. I just don't. Now, that doesn't mean he ain't about that life. There's two differences there. You see what I'm saying? But Joe Moses seemed to echo those kind of sentiments that are coming from online, and it's similar to what I was saying just now. Now, Young Thug's, the story starts off by saying Young Thug's controversial YSL record label is far from a criminal organization, according to Joe Moses, who said YSL is totally a legit enterprise. So basically saying that YSL is totally legit. Now, we've seen in the indictment, and I've seen it several times, there are times that they've gone back to wiretaps where they talked about things that Young Thug said personally. You know what I'm saying? Like he said to different individuals according to the indictment, where he was basically encouraging them to get active in the streets. Now, is that outside of YSL? Is that him just poking fun at them and just saying something? Possibly. And if I was his attorney, I'd be like, yo, none of that was legit. He wasn't really, you know.
Still don't make him a gang either.
Yo. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this shit just wild, though. Damn. But man, you
Hey,
gone.
so
Oh nah, that's what I'm finna say. You go ahead.
hey, so the nigga basically saying what the fuck I said, and hey, the nigga, that's it right there to me. You know what I mean? And I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about as far as the case go like that. But I know what I'm talking about as far as that banging goes. And I agree. I don't even know blood, but we all know the same thing. That's a motherfucking clothing line, man. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody
Yeah.
from YSL sliding up at the picnic. You know what I'm saying? In the pictures. You know what I'm saying? At the funeral, at the homie's funeral, or nothing like that. You know, that's how they gotta beat that shit, man. That's how they gotta beat that shit. They gotta get up out of that. They gotta get up out of that. They gotta make them. And he need a black lawyer anyway. You feel me? He need a black lawyer anyway because we know they all work together. And let's not cap. He could be the super lawyer, but every super lawyer that we done had in my state, they win cases for you, and then they end up turning on you at your back 40. As soon as everybody think they the man, they the man. It's the lawyer to get. Then they come back through, and that same lawyer end up working for the news station or be the DA, you know, all that type of thing. They gotta get up out of that B-Dog connection, man. Cause they
No.
ain't no and it's easy. I ain't saying that it's hard. It's just gonna be and Thug gotta be the one to do it. And they gotta just come out, man, and say, man, we would never know bloods. Now it might hurt them, and it might hurt their feelings to have to say that, Gordo. But that's what they're gonna have to come out and
Yeah,
say, man.
they're gonna have to basically disown the game. Basically, what
They're
you're
gonna have
saying.
that's exactly what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to look at it in real time and have everybody else coming on their side. Cause that's how a motherfucker gonna be on their side. Cause everybody from the land on down gonna be saying exactly what dude said. Niggas ain't no game. And they basing it on us. That's what I'm saying. See, what we can't do as niggas and niggas is we can't turn around and 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 take something that we started, you understand, and then let the old phase turn around and tell us who else is off in our game. You see what I'm saying? No, we're not gonna let them do that. No. Who in our gang is in our gang. Who in the Crip gang is in the Crip gang. You can't all of a sudden go make something up. And then yeah, it's riding, we listening to it, we beating. You got all the homies riding with it. Yeah. That blood. All that came out, nigga. We all going to the chow hall deep. It's all rocking. But now I'm jumping the skunk. Now you need to back up. You need to back up like an 8-leg crawled ass. You know what I'm saying? And you need to tell these people, man, we would never know blood. This is a record label and a fashion label. This is why I wear dresses and lipstick. And all the bloods will say, yeah, we don't do none of that. And we'll have your back. And we'll have your back, going on. We'll come up there and say, yeah, we don't do none of that. Yeah, that's not bloody. at all. That's not bloody.
That's a strong case. That's
Here,
hey,
let's go.
that's a strong case. Well, you wrote that down. Yeah. I think that's a solid case they can run with right there.
Hey, they need to hire me, man. I do it for 14 grand. Young thug. Don't worry about it. I get you up out of that 14,000 cash. Cash out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a trip about that, thug. I get you right up out of that. But he need a black lawyer, man. He need a black lawyer to come off in there and get that because them trying to make it a game, man. That's what I don't like, Gordo. That's what the fuck I don't like. I don't want them. Like I say, y'all, we can't let them tell us who the fuck is who. Quit allowing that. Everybody, quit allowing that. They can't come in and tell you who is who, and then everybody just agree. Oh yeah, well, yeah, they bloods. They say they bloods. The old phase say they was blood, so they blood. Young thugs say they blood, so I guess they blood. Nah, no, no. It does not work like that. Now they what they are. You feel me, Gordo? And like blood say, they ain't taking nothing from them. You know, everybody can slide. You know, you ain't gotta be from no set to have a skiffle game. You know, or a trigger finger. You know, none of
Facts.
that means that. Yeah, none
Facts.
of that means that. And everybody think when you say something about a gang and shit, you saying that you this, that, and the other. No, it don't mean I'm tougher than you. It don't mean I can beat you up, or it might not mean that I didn't been in more shit than you. But it does mean that I got 4 people and it's just you. You feel me? Or I got 18 niggas and it's just you. You know what I'm saying? So that don't matter if you Mike Tyson. You feel me? We gonna get you. We gonna get you. And that's what I don't see them doing. You feel me? I just see them repping, but I don't see them sliding as no game. I hear them talking about individual crimes that was committed, and they trying to make that under the game, but then they trying to make the game under the beat. So we gotta kill the B up out of it. Because once you take the B up out of YSL, then it just goes back to a record label and a clothing line. Go ahead, Gordo.
Oh nah, I want to say you absolutely right. But you know they still gonna then they probably just gonna hit their ass, as a company conspiring, to fund the
Yeah,
yeah, you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I,
yeah.
that's why I said they're gonna need a bunch of black lawyers to get them up out of there. Cause either way it go, once you get past the little gang statute, then you gotta deal with them. Like, did they who on their payroll that's a blood that's doing illegal activity? That's gonna be the next. They're gonna be the next question after that. Like, and then whatever they got on the wiretaps, man, that's and the wiretaps
Hey,
rough.
okay. So smell me on this though, Gordo. Underdig this. Now this is why it's so in there to not let this go. Because if they slide with that, we know that they got I'm sure they got him and Wayne talking. I'm sure they got him and Birdman.
Yeah, that was the whole when the dude that one clip I played when the dude was connecting they blood set to New Orleans. And I forgot who that was said that up in the chat, but they were like, this baby sick. Shit, even this shit with NBA young boy here, shit. I think that's why I said I think it's bigger than they going out I think they going out the whole hip hop industry, man.
And that's why they got to stop it right now. And then that's why they gotta add in all the lawyers from the hip hop industry, Gordo, so that they can try to stop it. Because if they try to play that in, then all of a sudden here they go, well, this is what Wayne said. Now we tying in with Birdman. Oh, now that goes back to the West Coast. And now so you feel me? So we gotta stop that. You feel me? We gotta stop that. And they named every set. When I saw it damn near every set that I know, which was messing me up because they was saying like they'll say that Atlanta set that they made up, and then they'll have on the side with like they're associated with Bloods. Now this set they're associated with Hoovers. Now this set they're associated with the 60s. This shit associated. I was like, what the fuck? We don't kick it with each other like that. You feel me? We don't. How the hell is this? All in the same little crew? Like, nah, come on, man. Come on, man. This is not. And I ain't. Yeah, I'm a slow down right there. Yeah, cause I don't know what these niggas is supposed to be throwing. But taking the nigga out over some money or over your new girlfriend or what he did to your sister or all that. It's good reason, but that ain't called sliding. That ain't riding for the game or nothing like that. That's just you as a man, something that you did personally. That ain't for the game.
Yeah, you right about that though. It ain't.
Yeah, no, that ain't for the game. And the first 5 times I went down to the county and the joint, the first 2 times I went to the joint, all for the beat. All for the beat, my nigga. I rolled for the beat so hard, my nigga, like some niggas ride for they set. It don't sound like these niggas was out here riding for they set, Gordo. I'm not hearing that in they crimes. It's not even sounding like they was riding for the hood or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get up out of that real quick, man. They need to come in, and that's where I was starting. First off, let me let y'all know that these niggas was just rapping. They are not no Bloods. Here, I'm finna call 1,500 blood members in. You feel me? I'ma stall up court with 1,500 bloods that's gonna come on there and say, no, he's not a blood. Birdman get up there, no, they not blood. This nigga get up there, no, they not blood. Snoop Dogg get up there, no, they not blood. You feel me, Gordo? I flood the court with that just to get the jury to understand that off the scratch. Okay. Yeah, you feel me? Just to get the jury to pump that in their head. But we know the DA gonna come back with, oh yeah, they is this and this is for the set and this is for blood. But after all that motherfuckers have been talking, the jury gonna be like, no, Now I was wondering because they wondered. I was wondering how the fuck they bloods and that's some. And once they get a bunch of motherfuckers that they say blood, no, they not. No, they not blood. No, no, they not blood. Then they gonna come back around and they gonna have to fight their case without them being bloods. What up, big slump? Top of the morning, man. I'm 2 coffees in. Light my blunt up now.
Yeah, salute, Slump. Yeah, they're gonna have to do something, man. Like I said, man, hope they have to be loyal and prayed up, man. Like shit.
Yep,
Shit just
yep.
man, it just gonna be a stain though. But shit, I see what they doing. Shit, it ain't just them though, man. The dude Casanova, he got hit. Uh I think he took a plea deal. Shit, man, they
They gonna take a plea deal now. A plea deal gonna be in the mix.
oh yeah, I know all of them down there take them bitches hell. Yeah, stop
Hmm.
forgetting that long time, but shit. That little situation that with that dude Casanova, that's tied back into that 6ix9ine shit. You know, Buddy was in that paperwork. That's why I said crazy, man. Even do paperwork like you got Casanova was up in that bitch. Jim Jones, Cardi B. This shit crazy as fuck though. But yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that
Go
that
ahead.
check this out, Gordo. Check this out. Not going on that on that whack ass nigga, but we gotta understand, y'all. I'm from 6ix9ine. You feel me? I'm from 6ix9ine. Out the gate, brought down to the smoke, and we dogs here. So I understand it. You feel me? Matter of fact, I understand it. But I knew that who the fuck is this nigga? This nigga ain't from 6ix9ine. They say, no, the nigga ain't from 6ix9ine. His name is 6ix9ine. He from Treyway or something. And long story short, y'all, in that same case, what did 6ix9ine and them do? Not only did they tell, not only did they tell, but they disassociated him from being a blood. In that case, they made sure that that everybody understood that he's not a real gang member. Remember that? Remember that, Gordo? And my cap?
Nah, you ain't cap.
No, they made sure that off the flop. First off, we fronting. I'm just a rapper. This is why I wear pink hair. This is why I did this. These niggas is the Bloods. I'm just saying the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the spokesman, if you will. That's the same thing. They go without the teller, but they gotta say, whoa, whoa, whoa. We was just talking. You feel me? No, slime don't mean that. And then Noriega will come on there and say, nah, I made up slime in New York City. It's about a hot dog. This is a true story. Lil Wayne got it from Noriega from New York and started saying slime. Now y'all niggas started saying slime. It made it a game. It made it about bloods when really slime ain't nothing that Lil Wayne made up. He got it from Noriega off the Drink Champs. They got it from a fucking store where they was eating a hot dog and said it was like eating slime. Shit. You feel me? So this don't make it a set. They gotta break that shit back down like that. Like, no, slime ain't no fucking blood term. Slime ain't nothing that blood say. That's what them niggas say. You feel me? Yeah. Slime ain't nothing, ain't no that's just something that they made up. Noriega off of Drink Champ, really, and he'll say it, he'll tell you. All this shit you can look up, man. You feel me? And he say, nigga, this is that from that. So it can't then become something that he said. Lil Wayne started shouting it out, and then they make it, they said, and then all of a sudden it's blood. Come on, man. Everybody stop the cap. Everybody stop the cap. Come on, Gordo. Let me take a smoke break real quick. Sub to the channel, SmokO'Klahoma Unk, man. Trying to go live on y'all. On YouTube. Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Slump. So I'm telling them, they gonna have to get from up under that umbrella. You feel me? They gonna have to get from up under that flag. You feel me? They gonna have to tell the truth, like 6ix9ine rat ass did, without rat. If they tell the truth without rat, they can come back and be able to make their way back. And everybody understand and be like, oh, I didn't think they was Bloods the whole time. I never did think that. Lil Wayne need to break down real easy where he got slime from. Noriega break down where the slime thing came from. Everybody on the West Coast, remember we got 1,500 Bloods in there saying they not blood. You feel me? We got Lil Wayne saying slime did not mean blood. We got Noriega saying we breaking it down. They need to hire me, man. 14,000. 14,000. They need to keep me going, Gordo. They need to keep me going, man. Cause we gonna get them up out of the. Yeah, they got action. They got action. They got major action, really. Just like 6ix9ine. Think of them like y'all saw what 6ix9ine did without the without the rat. Then them sex money murder niggas, them my niggas. Now them niggas is the fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole other ball game. You feel me? I stay away from them niggas. You feel me? And yeah. But I knew them up north though niggas. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. Niggas come from Skyami, going everybody travel. It ain't no cap in nobody's rap. But we can't take the word slime that came from this that Lil Wayne started rapping about and then turned it into no gang set and then let them start screaming blood and wearing red and all of that, but then let the media tell y'all that this is a blood set. When I gangster guarantee all the blood gonna say this ain't no blood set. Period.
Fakes. You got any closing remarks? I'm probably gonna wrap this show up. Probably gonna go a little live later on some probably go a little live later.
No. Close it on up, man. Salute to everybody. Hey, don't forget to sub to the channel on YouTube, SmokO'Klahoma Unk. You feel me? And me and Gordo, man, we'll pick back up when they get something going, Gordo.
Already. I ain't one of y'all mods. Y'all still in here? Drop Unk link in the chat, man.
Already. Salute, my brother. Top of the morning, guys.
Salute, Unk. Yeah, man, that whole Rico shit on the hip hop culture, man. That what the shit looking like, man. That shit just wild though. Yeah, I gotta Yeah, man, I'm gonna come back a little later, man. We got a bin to spin inside, the troll beef sucker. The evolutionized of the Mo 3 sucker I get, man. Shit getting wild, man. Like I said earlier, One of the topics they're gonna be on the board, who control your panel, man. Like, and is your op or oppa, man? That make any sense for anybody? I sound look, motherfucker say I talk a little crazy with my little contract. But man, y'all have a blessed day, man. Y'all have a blessed day though, man. Shit, y'all know how we do it at the end of the bitch of the motherfucker that been around. But salute to all y'all, man, for coming out, dog. For real though.
To give you what you need. Internationally known but locally respected. Allow me to introduce y'all to my homie, Rico. It's your turn, baby. I don't really want friends, I ain't shaking no hands cause these niggas be cool with the op. You fucking the plan and put two in your top. Grab the 76 too cause the Ruger is hot. With a big booty bitch when I cruise in the drop. She give me head to the lead like it's not. Still sitting black in the off-white jacket. Never had lights, but I still told the wreck. Thought granny in the kitchen when I'm cooking up cat. Dante at the door with the FN plan. Baby O with the police, fuck nigga ghost. How your family going picking out the can. My little bitch from A-Leaf, she do nails and lashes. Mixed with Creole, she do spells and magic. Foot on the pillar, I'm grinding, I'm mashing. Walk in the bank like a model of fashion. All the blue hunters I got, I've been counting so long, my finger got blueprints. 2016 coupe biz with the blue tint. 3.5 backwood for the blue bin. Extend on my clip, leave a fuck nigga rip. 250 a line, that's 100 to seal. 100 rounds in the chopper, I'm shooting like whip. Fold the nigga up like a quilt. We smoking jealousy, that shit 300 to zip. Championship ring blingin', that's a trophy. Ice on my neck, make my shirt look soaky. I just spent 1,600 at Oak. I can never let an op turn into a Zop pack. I just met a thought need to drop where the ops. Accidentally shot a cop trying to learn how to FN cock mat. These niggas cap, socks hat. Yeah. They run their mouth like a podcast. That's why my business I never broadcast. On the block we checking niggas all pass. Killers creeping out of tall grave. All black Alexander McQueen, I'm a king. These niggas acting just making the scene. I got my best game from a fiend. I shoot with great aim like a Robocop. Glock 9 bang like a monoblock. Pulled up 8 plane in the soda pop. 20 in the bank and I got more in stock. Went to silent meeting, dropped the 40 wop. 10 for the bracelet, it's a prom set. Killers come and kill you while you having phone sex. Nike dunks, I got a long I don't really want friends, I ain't shaking no hands cause these niggas be cool with the op. You fucking the plan and put two in your top. Grab the 76 too cause the Ruger is hot. With a big booty bitch when I cruise in the drop. She give me head to the lead like it's not. Still sitting black in the off-white jacket. Never had lights, but I still told the rest. Thought granny in the kitchen when I'm cooking up cat. Dante at the door with the FN plan. Baby O with the police, fuck nigga ghost. How your family going picking out the can. My little bitch from A-Leaf, she do nails and lashes. Mixed with Creole, she do spells and magic. Foot on the pillar, I'm grinding, I'm mashing. Walk in the bank like a model of fashion.